There are exits where you do not stop and rest, no matter what your driving clock says. There are long downhill slopes where you check your brakes 2 times, drop a gear early, and stop talking on the CB until you reach the bottom. Every driver who has been out here long enough carries the same short list in his head. Tonight we count down 10 stretches of American road that veteran drivers respect, fear, or drive a long way around to avoid. Ranked bad to worst, not city names, the real downhill roads, with the steep slope that kills, the crash record, and the move to survive each one. Anybody can read you big city names. That is the easy way. We went a level deeper. Every number comes from State Department of Transportation records, or the NTSB, the National Transportation Safety Board. And the worst one on this list is so far out that the highway crew keeps a big cannon aimed at the mountain on purpose. They set off the snowslide themselves instead of letting it bury you. We will get there. Let us get into it. Number 10, Fancy Gap Mountain, I-77, Virginia. The slope is 4.5 to 5% for 6 miles, but the slope does not kill. It is the fog, thick for a third of the year. Easter 2013, thick fog dropped how far you could see to almost nothing. 90 vehicles wrecked in 17 separate crashes inside 1 mile. 3 people died. The cost on a fog day is the wall of stopped traffic you cannot see until you are in it. VDOT, Virginia's Department of Transportation, put in signs that change the speed limit over 12 miles. The limit can go down to 30 miles per hour and be enforced. Crash rates during those conditions fell by more than half. The move? Slow to the flashing number. Do not drive faster than your eyes can see what is ahead. Number 9, Cabbage Hill, Deadman Pass, I-84 in Oregon, going west. 7 miles at a signed 6%, dropping about 2,000 feet through a double-tight curve. 2 runaway ramps are there because the other choice is a turn you cannot make. Here's the number. 78% of crashes on this slope involve trucks from other states. About 59% also have brake problems as part of the crash. This hill punishes the driver who has never seen it and who kept riding the brakes. Stop at the brake check near mile marker 227. Get in the right gear at the top and let the engine hold you. The price of losing your brakes at speed is a tight turn you cannot make. Number 8, Cajon Pass, I-15 in California. The drop south into San Bernardino. 6% for 4 miles, truck limit 45, and only 1 runaway ramp about 2.9 miles in. November 8, 2018, a driver pulling 2 gravel trailers lost his brakes. The truck rolled on the ramp. He was trapped and died. Brake failure, no alcohol or drugs. Stop at the weigh station. Gear down before the 6% and know the ramp is 2.9 miles from the top. Miss it and there is not another. 2 full gravel trailers with no brakes means you will not survive. Take the ramp. Number 7, Monteagle Mountain, I-24 in Tennessee. The eastbound drop over the Cumberland Plateau. 6% for 4 miles, dropping over 1,100 feet. The runaway ramps are on the left. The shape of the land forced them there. Tennessee Highway Patrol counted 30 runaway ramp events on Monteagle since 2003. Johnny Cash wrote a song about a trucker whose brakes give out on this exact hill. Stop at the inspection station, go down in a low gear, and remember the ramps are on the left. Looking right uses up seconds you do not have. 4 mountains down, and everyone kills with slope and brakes. Before we get to the heavy hitters, I want to ask the veterans something. Which of these first 4 gave you the worst night? Drop it in the comments. That is how I will know who actually made it this deep into the video. And while you are there, subscribe. It costs nothing, and unlike a runaway ramp, you do not need to be doing 70 with no brakes. Now, the next stretch changes the rules. What killed 12 people in one morning was not a hill. It was what came out of the river valley. Number 6, Jellico Mountain, I-75 at the Tennessee-Kentucky line. The interstate's highest point, over 2,000 feet, with slopes up to 7%. December 1990, thick fog covered the road. 1 big truck slowed. The one behind did not. 99 vehicles piled up for half a mile with fires and blasts. 12 died. The NTSB traced the super fog to a nearby paper factory. Tennessee DOT answered with fog detection warnings and signs that changed the speed limit. The idea came from this deadly crash. No large fog crash since. Gear down and keep your following distance very, very long. The longest gap you have ever held in fog. Make it twice that on Jellico. Number 5. The Grapevine. Deadman Pass, I-5. Summit over 4,100 feet. The northbound drop goes 11 miles, with 6% for 5 of those miles. The danger is winter, snow and ice at the top of the busiest north-south freight path in California. Christmas 2019. A snowstorm closed I-5 for 2 days. During that closure, a truck driver was found dead in his truck on the pass. When the California Highway Patrol puts up the closure, there is no other road to take. Check QuickMap, California's official road conditions app, before you go in winter. One closure can take a whole day. It can leave you stuck on a 6% slope with nowhere to go, and it backs up freight for 100 miles. Do not fight it. Number 4. Elk Mountain, I-80 in Wyoming. One of the windiest highways anywhere, in the heart of Wyoming's wind path. March 2026. Wind bursts up to 109 miles per hour. They caused up to 32 blowover crashes across the state, with about a dozen on the Elk Mountain stretch. I-80 closed to all trucks. Wyoming runs wind closures based on weight and blowover alerts. When they close the road to light and empty high-profile trucks, that is the state telling you the wind will win. Running empty when the wind is so strong is the classic mistake. The cost: your truck on its side on the evening news. A dozen of them that one day. 7 roads, fog, fire, snow, and wind, each with a ramp, a brake check, or a warning sign that might save you. The last 3 are a different kind of talk. The slope climbs from 6 to 7, then double that. The really dangerous ones. Number 3. Donner Pass. I-80 over Donner Summit, the interstate's highest point in California, over 7,200 feet. By a 2019 guess, trucks carry $4.7 million in goods over the summit every hour. December 2021, a storm closed Donner for days. The Central Sierra Snow Lab measured over 200 inches, more than 17 feet, its snowiest December on record. Chain up when the chain control signs say so, and when Caltrans keeps the road shut, wait. Trying to go through a closed Donner is how you become the problem. The cost: 17 feet of snow, 1 lane if you're lucky, and days of your week gone. And a driver does not make money when the trucks cannot run. Number 2. Wolf Creek Pass, US 160 in Colorado. The west side is a 7% drop. That's a full point steeper than the ones we have covered. It runs for more than 8 miles, with a tight turn 6.5 miles from the top. 2 runaway ramps. From 2015 through 2019, 47 truck drivers crashed on the west side. 3 were killed. November 2025, a loaded truck came down with smoking brakes. It passed a runaway ramp, 1.5 miles from the summit, went through the guardrail and fell. The driver died. Check your brakes at the top, hold a low gear, never ride them. The moment you are not sure, take the ramp. It costs nothing. 7% for 8 miles gives you no second chance. The ramp is free. The other choice is the canyon floor. Number 1. The Dalton Highway, Deadman Pass, Alaska. Wolf Creek is 7%. This is 12. That's double the 6% mountains we started with, and the nearest help is 200 miles away. The Dalton runs 414 miles from north of Fairbanks to Deadhorse, the supply line to the North Slope oil fields. 3 fuel stops in 414 miles. Much of it is gravel. About 3,700 trucks run it every month, in temperatures from 0 to 40 below. Deadman Pass crosses the Continental Divide, the high line where water flows to different oceans. It is over 4,700 feet. The steepest part is 12%, on ice, in the dark, and the highway crew keeps a cannon aimed at the mountain. They set off the snowslide when they choose, instead of letting it bury you when it chooses. Spring 2015. The river flooded and shut the Dalton for 18 straight days. A state-level disaster. No other road. Treat it as a trip where you must bring your own survival. Carry survival gear, fuel, recovery tools. Do not count on cell service. Obey the closures without question. Every other road on this list, you can turn around. On the Dalton, a wrong decision at Deadman in a 40 below whiteout is 200 miles from anything. 10 roads, and only 3 things ever truly kill a driver. A slope that lasts longer than your brakes, weather you cannot drive through, and being far from help. The Dalton is number 1 because it puts all 3 on one road, and then adds a cannon. The drivers who run these roads every week, Donner, Wolf Creek, the Dalton, deserve more respect than they get. They carry the country through its worst corners, and most of the time, nobody says thank you. Veterans, what is the road you respect the most out there? The one you check your brakes twice for? Name it, the state, and the steepness if you know it. We read every single comment, and the best ones become the next video. If you made it all the way to a cannon in Alaska, you have already earned the subscribe. No snowslide gear needed. Until next time, keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up.